Hello everyone and welcome to the STPL. My name is Kix, your host, caster and organizer for this tournament here. Now, I understand I'm casting this at a very busy time. There's a lot of stuff going on at the moment, but hopefully the people who are here are going to enjoy it. We've only got one series today, just because it's just going to be me. And I did change it at the last second, and I'll explain why on Wednesday when we do Red vs Naz. But either way, we've got one series today. Let's have a look at what our maps are going to be. Okay, so we're going to have for Set 1, Neo-Electric Circuit, Set 2 on Neo-Aztec, Set 3 on Return of the King, Set 4 on Flight Dreamliner, and Set 5 on Troy if we make it to that ace match. And let's just have a quick look at the rankings for the group we're going to be seeing today. This game not going to be as impactful to the rankings, but still very important nonetheless for the teams playing here. Now Red, Naz, White Clan.
I like your style, friend.
Thank you very much, Vincent. And hello. Oh, your cast ended, okay. Well, Red and Naz and White Clan are in the top 3 spots. They are so close. Their final games are going to decide what happens with the round 2 playoffs. The DM, Media, Psystorm and Bull doing fairly well down there at the bottom of the table as well. Now, unfortunately, Bull haven't had the best showing, but hopefully they should be back in round 3 to do something good. But either way, we're going to have 2 of the teams from the middle to the bottom of the table here. We're going to have Media versus Psystorm. This game not too impactful, as I said, on the rankings, but still will mean a lot to get ahead of the competition and give yourself a little bit more of a head start as you move into round 3, which will be starting up after the round 2 playoffs. But here we go. Let's introduce our first two teams even. It is going to be...
I like your style, friend.
Thank you, Chroniclers. It means a lot. But it's going to be Psi versus Media. Now Psystorm and Media both on 1 for 4. Both doing pretty well this round. They've had some tough opponents. They've had some very close series. So even though they're 1 for 4, the games happen a lot closer than you'd imagine. And they've been doing a really, really good job. So good for them. I've got nothing bad to say about either team. It's been good to see Media in the SCPL. And good to see Psi back once again. They didn't have a great showing in round 1, but they've certainly come back with a stronger team in round 2. Same players, but a lot more practice has gone into it, I think. And they've done a better job here. So let's have a look at what our matches are going to be. So we're going to start with a PvZ with Headmaster versus Machine. A PvP between Grass and Future. A ZBT between Midhack and Nyoken. And unfortunately the 4th game I don't have a replay for, so we won't have that one. But still, nonetheless, should be a cool series. So I'm going to have to find out from Nyoken and Psi what actually happened with that game. They probably did post it. But let's move on and introduce our first 2 players. So it's going to be for Psystorm EU. It's going to be Headmaster. Now Headmaster has done an incredible job for his team so far this STPL. He's 3 for 3 in round 2. Didn't play in round 1. But he is 0 for 2 against Zerg, so 2 of his losses have been against the Zerg race. He's been doing really well in PvT though. He did take out Gyro and had another really close game last week as well. So really cool to see him in here once again, putting in a good showing for his team. And Machine doing a very good job as well. He is 1 for 5, but technically 2 of those losses were in week 1 against Terra in the ace match and the 4th match of that series, so he had a little bit of a hard opponent there. He's only 0 for 1 against his opponent's race, so ZVP not the best so far, but he does put in a lot of practice, been streaming a lot as well, and I'll be looking forward to seeing how he does here against someone like Headmaster. And they are going to be playing on Neo-Electric Circuit. Now, Neo-Electric Circuit is from the SK Planet Pro League Season 1. Obviously a space platform tile set. The 4 ZVPs we've had so far have actually been 4-0 towards the Zerg players. So Machine is looking at a little bit of a statistical advantage here. Doesn't mean too much though. 4-player map, very much like Neo Medusa. Obviously, this was kind of built as a 4-player Medusa. You have stacked side disruptors on the ramp, meaning you can't break straight up that. There's minerals in the way as well to stop bigger units. But there is that in-base mineral-only natural or third, depending on the way you take them. It's likely we're going to see Headmaster wall off at the front. Machine will probably take quite a quick third base, though. Get advantage of those minerals, but then again, it's the STPL. We never know quite what's going to happen. And either way, I'm very much looking forward to seeing what both of these players are going to bring to the table. Now let's head on over to the game. And let's get started for today with our STPL match here between pSi and Media. It's going to be Headmaster versus Machine. Let's get going. Now hopefully my game will appear in just a second. OBS is being funny. There we go. And starting us off here in the top right hand position, we do have the Orange Protoss fighting for pSi. It's going to be Headmaster. Okay, now that would be a hilarious way of losing the game. If I got a replay where this guy right here fighting for Media, it's going to be the Yellow Zerg in the 7 o'clock position. It's Machine. Yeah, it'd be a really funny way of like ending the game very early, end up getting sent a replay. I mean, I did get sent a replay of it wasn't a team melee, but it was like a 4v4. Instead of an ace match between one of the teams, so that was certainly interesting when that happened. But it looks like we're going to have quite a standard opening here coming in from Headmaster. Likely going to be a gate first, could be a forge though. He is going back to get those extra minerals, so that is usually quite indicative of a forge first, but never too sure with these players. Headmaster obviously a very strong Protoss player, not shown the best PvZ so far. This map so far in the STPL been showing that it's not super balanced early on against Protoss. We've had a lot of Ling busts and everything like that, but hopefully we won't see anything like that in this game. Machine more likely going to play very standard. Looks like we're actually going to have a 12 hatch coming in from him here. We see a second drone going out there now, and the probe going out to scout as well. It's going to be a forge first, and both players going to be quite safe early on. Of course, Cannon Rush is an option for Headmaster, but he is going to scout Machine quite late, so we're going to lose the potency of that. And incomplete, I'm fairly certain that's what I said, but I guess maybe not. Oh yeah, indicative. I think there's like two ways of saying it. But either way, 12 hatch from Machine into a 12 pool as well. He's going to be fairly safe, not really too much to go on. Now, in case you're tuning in now for the first time, we are actually in the round of, or the second round. It's week 7, so the final week of week 7 game, or okay, let's try that again. The final week of round 2 games, at least in the group stages. After this, the top 2 teams from each group will be heading into the playoffs. And now, interestingly, Headmaster opted to build a Nexus here before a cannon. I'm going to go for a gateway first as well, so a little bit of a risky play, but he has scouted now that it is going to be no gas 3 hatch. I did say that a little bit earlier, that we could see that, but finally going to have a cannon coming up here. The drone actually doing a pretty good job against this probe. That probe forced away, not that it matters too much. But yeah, we're in the final weeks of group stage games for round 2.
He's dead, Jim.
That isn't the final week of group games. Thank you very much, Lawrence76, for the donation. I can't see how much it is, but it does mean a hell of a lot for your support. And here we go, we've got the Lings chasing this probe, just seeing if they can get it before it gets out. A little bit of a miss micro there by Machine, nearly let the probe out, but that probe getting stuck behind the overlay there, just getting taken down. So Machine gonna be feeling pretty good about that. He's gonna be able to hide now what he's doing. He is not going for lair just yet. He did go for, but he's only just got his gas, so we're not going to see exactly what he's going for right away. We do have 6 drones at his natural. Are we going to see a 973 Hydra Bust? Very, very popular on this map due to the fact it's a lot harder to build those cannons. Or are we going to see a more economically focused approach here? Looks like we're going to have a lair, so I think Machine is going to want to take this to the mid game, see what he can do late game possibly as well against Headmaster. He knows via Headmaster stats that he's not had the best of luck in PvZ so far. And is he going to try and abuse that? Now, Headmaster, is he going to go for Stargate, or is he going to go straight for a Citadel? Looks like it's going to be Citadel first here, so one of the interesting things about the STPL so far, especially ZVP and PvZ, is we see a lot more straight Citadel openings than Stargate openings. Now, I don't know if that's any indication on the fact that foreign players, or non-Korean players should I say, are less likely to go for Mutalisks, or what causes it, but there's definitely a lack of Stargate builds coming up from our non-Korean players here. Now, is this going to work? Now, obviously it does mean you get a quicker Templar Archives. He is going to scout in, see that 4th hatchery and the creep colony, so he should know that it's not going to be a 3-hatch Hydra all in. Of course, he did scout the drone count at the natural as well. Still sees no link speed as well, so he should know at least the layers up. And here we go, the Spire coming in for Machine. Now, this is likely not for Mutalisks. He does have his 2 gases, but he's only just got that now. Probably just going to be for Scourge at least early on, until he does realize what his opponent's doing. Of course, the Zerg player plays pretty blindly. You can see Machine not wanting to send his Overlord in either direction. He has absolutely no idea what's going on in Headmaster's base right now. You can even see a big blind spot. Now, he does see the fact that this is there. He saw the natural. Of course, that's a foregone conclusion at this point, but still, with no real information, it gives the Machine very limited options. He can't choose to go for a big Hydra Bust. It's a lot riskier to go for a Mutalist build, just because you don't know what your opponent's doing. It's going to be 5 hatcheries here, going to be a 6th hatch at the other main. That is going to be a little bit harder for Headmaster to get to. There's a weird path going up there. You can actually get lurkers there to block that off and things like that. And Radley, if someone donated $500, man, I would literally, I don't know what I'd do. I wouldn't be able to handle it. I would just probably die. Like, that's just how things would go. Rip kicks. The STPL is dead. But still, we're going to have a nice SimCity coming in here by Machine. He doesn't want to lose to the Zealot aggression. And now, while I was talking, we didn't actually see the +1 attack nearly finished. Very quick Zealot legs, but is this going to be enough units by Machine? He's trying to add on more creep colonies. This sunken colony at the front, not going to be able to do too much, but great SimCity using the eggs as well. And here we go, it is going to be Mutalist by Machine. They're going to get out just in time to defend against this. But Zealots take a lot of damage, and they do a lot of damage as well. But unfortunately for Headmaster, he's not really got any connections with anything. And it looks like Machine could get away without losing a single drone. Some links coming in to help clean up the rest of these Zealots. And this attack by Headmaster is completely and utterly stopped. There is absolutely nothing going on there. I mean, that's an insane hold by Machine. Great SimCity at the front, and here we go. Here is that counterattack. The Mutalists are coming in, and this is why you see Korean Protoss players going for at least one Corsair. You don't get as much scouting information without it. You're now forced to build a ton of cannons. There's actually 3 cannons in his natural and his main, but here we go. Mutalists gonna fly in, gonna think twice about going in. Now, of course, Mutalists do take down cannons pretty quickly. But Machine isn't going to be able to do the damage he wants to. But the thing is, Machine is already in an incredible position. He's got his 6th hatchery coming up at his 4th base. And that's going to be his 3rd gas. That'll allow him to secure another natural eventually. Interestingly, he's not going for the natural first. But either way, going to try and take down this pylon. And this is very almost Thanatos' pylon. But here we go, an Archon. Machine needs to be careful. Archons do so much damage. 2 Archon shots, nearly taking down that Mutalist there. Just an insane amount of damage coming in from that Archon. And here we go. Looks like we're going to have a little bit of Mutinous Micro coming in, gonna try and pick down anything he can. Oh, he's trying to micro against the Archon, but does know it's very, very difficult to do so. Nice micro so far by Machine, though, getting one of the Dragoons without losing a single Mutalisk. And Headmaster is just showing a little bit of trouble. This is why you need those Corsairs. Dragoons do very little damage to Mutalisks in the air. The only thing he really has going for him is this Archon. Is there going to be Storm? He needs to be careful. Actually throwing away a High Templar. Now these Mutalisks are incredibly bruised, and this is going to be where it starts to become a little bit more dangerous. One Archon shot will kill about 4 Mutalisks there, so needs to be very careful. We see a big gateway flood coming in by Headmaster, and there's actually a big flood of units coming through the middle of the map now by Machine. He's making that tech switch. He knows there's not many units out here by Headmaster, and he is going to do what he can to try and do some damage. Now this DT didn't manage to get in the front, is going to go to the possible third base location, doesn't find it there, and gonna fall back. Maybe see if it can find its damage elsewhere, but you can see the Mutilist now coming in for the hunt as well. Speed done on the Overlord. Some Lings going up there as well to help try and clean that up. And here we go, the DT has been spotted, but this DT is going to make its way into the third base. There's already an Overlord here. Creep colonies coming up. We see the drones being evacuated already. Now this Sunken I don't think is actually going to finish in time. DT's doing an insane amount of damage. But look at this, Machine is still doing damage with these Mutalisks, still keeping Headmaster pinned back. Headmaster is unable to take another base, but here we go, the DT finding a lot of Hydras, going to try and get past them. No Overlord here just yet, so this DT is going to be running with the Hydras. Thinks he wants to join that crew, but not quite going to manage it. And here we go, +1 attack is finished, +2 should be nearly finished as well. This is the timing, 2-0 for the Protoss. He's got a lot of units, a lot of Storm now against this Hydraless Mutalisk army. Now we're going to have a big engagement in the middle. Can Headmaster make this happen? Can he make it work? Let's see what he can do. A nice Storm goes down on top of the final remaining Mutalisks, and another great Storm there as well. And this is a great push so far by Headmaster, as he clears out a lot of the units. But here we go, a lot more units coming in from Machine. He's going to try and get a nice spread around the Protoss forces. The Archon soaking up so many units. A little bit of a whiffed Storm, and Machine still managing to rally units up into this. The Archon's so close to death, but it looks like for now Headmaster is going to be able to push in. That DT is still alive at the top middle, so that's going to be able to go in for the base at some point and try and go for some drones. We see a third base location finally coming in as well, but is Headmaster going to be able to end Machine here? It looks like there's a lot of Lurkers coming in at the front. Are they going to get a chance to finish? We actually have one of the Lurker eggs going down at the very front. Here we go. Lurkers are in. There is currently no Observer, but Machine is completely going all in on that burrow. A single Storm will completely wreck the day of his defense, and here we go, there's 2 Storms on the way. Machine really needs to split up those units. There we go, looks like he's going to run burrow, gonna try and split them, does know how important that is, but there's more and more units coming in from Headmaster. He's up at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 gateways against the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hatcheries now from the Zerg player. Now of course the longer Machine can keep up this base the better, but obviously he hasn't got his lair yet, or his hive even. He doesn't have the necessary tools to get up here to defend against this, and we're going to have Headmaster sitting in the choke of this main base, and it looks like this could spell the end for Machine's army. But this is very, very close for Machine. He's going to try and push up a little bit of Whiff Storm. Machine actually running into it. Very, very hungry to get in those Storms there. Those Hydralisks were. But the trouble is, not only is Headmaster going to trap Machine away from his own base, Headmaster is going to find himself trapped in his army's trapped as well. And here we go. We've got 2 Observers with the army now. Headmaster's units pushing forward. A lot of Machine's army has gone down. And in that engagement, Headmaster did come out way, way on top. And here we go. Looks like we're going to have a nice set of units coming in here to this base. We have a lot of units coming up here to defend from Machine, but I don't think they're going to be up there quick enough. We don't have a Nidus Canal yet. this base is going to go down. But all of Machine's unit, all of Headmaster's units are going to get trapped, of course. Machine has only just now taken that base, and here we go. Storm's going down to try and help defend against this. Can Machine get in to defend against everything that's going on here? I'm not so sure. He's got a Lurker just running completely up to everything, not burrowing it. And that's a big, big mistake by Machine. That Lurker actually going down at the end, and this base is completely annihilated. We have a lot of Overlords chilling out down there. But great moves by Machine to really able to hold on to this. And now here we go, 23 kill Archon, an insane amount of work put in by him. And Headmaster is not done yet. He has a big army behind this. He's getting +3 upgrades. He has a lot of gateways behind this. Does have most of the tech he's going to need, but he will need to start to add Reavers on eventually. He will need to go for a third gas as well. His gas at his natural, pretty healthy still. Gas at his main, about halfway done as well. So eventually, Headmaster's going to have to change this. But it looks like Machine gonna fall back, gonna take a further back hatchery. This is a little bit easier to defend, but of course does limit him in his further expansions. Looks like we actually have a couple of Lings running around to see what's going on. It does look like Adrenaline upgrade is done. We have another upgrade, another couple of upgrades coming in from Machine. It's 1-1 against the 2-0, soon to be 3-0 attack from the Protoss. And here we go. Is Machine going to be able to hold on to this? The trouble is he's going to be fighting into chokes no matter what way he goes. And if there's one thing that's good in chokes, it's going to be Storm. And here we go. The first Storm has gone down. Looks like Machine hasn't quite reacted to this yet. The Lurker's going to come in and try and trap this army. Nice. Okay, here we go. Looks like we're going to have this surround now. Nice Storm going down on a couple of Lurkers, but these units are completely forfeit. They're not going to be able to retreat. This is all in for pSi Marine's army. And here we go. Looks like the Dragoon's going to be able to hold fast, but still the Defiler's coming in now. No Swarm just yet for this. Doesn't manage to get the Observers though. So eventually these Lurkers are going to get cleaned up. And it's not only this army that's the problem. There's going to be another set of units coming in here by Headmaster. And while this was going on, apologies, I actually missed a DT coming in, trying to take out the hatchery. It looks like Machine's army's been cleaned up. A single Zealot still alive in here. Does actually manage to kill one of the Defilers, I think. And here we go. Looks like Headmaster is not done with his attack. He's still pushing in. He's rallying units over to Machine's bases. He knows all he has to do is take down this fourth base attempt by Machine. And he should be in a very, very good position. He's got a lot of money in the bank. Not entirely sure, but imagine if that was all units at this point. Headmaster would be in an unlosable position. But there we go. Machine is holding strong. Nice Swarms going down, but doesn't quite get the army where it needs to. It needs to swarm up here. Nice Lings on the Archon. Another set of Lings coming in behind here. And the Lings under Swarm doing so much damage. Adrenaline does a huge amount of damage to Dragoons. And there we go. All of the Dragoons getting cleaned up. And that is a big chunk of the Protoss army. And Machine looks like for now he's going to be able to hold. But a nice Storm is going to take out the last few remaining Lings. But just look how quickly this Dragoon's going down. And we should see another base attempt coming in for Machine at some point. Looks like he's finally noticed everything that's going on. We finally see a couple of Scourge coming into play to do a little bit of scouting. Obviously a little bit more mobile than what the Protoss player has at the moment, and obviously a lot more mobile than the Observers. Now, of course, Scourge also very good to take down Observers and, well, Overlords, but not so much in this case. We do have that fourth base finally up for Machine. He's going to add on a lot of Sunkens. Now, this is the problem with this base. You build a lot of Sunkens out the front and you don't really achieve too much. You save that part of the map, but that part of the map is not the be-all and end-all. We have Headmaster going to base parity with Machine here. Machine is running on empty right now. I don't know if his drone count's a lot lower than it should be. Looks like he's had a little bit of trouble getting his mining going. His economy not in the best position. He's not had the best of trades. And here we go. Looks like Machine is going to run into the Protoss force again. We actually have a lot of +3 Zealots right now. And +3 Zealots are going to completely shred through these 2-2 Lings. Obviously the fact that Machine's got those armor upgrades Means he can eventually move into some Ultralisks. But he doesn't really have the money to do that. What tech choice do we have off the back of this? We still have Defilers. Doesn't look like we're going to see Ultras then anytime soon. Very hard to afford them. Very hard to actually get favorable engagement against Zealots as well with Ultralisk. Ultralisk not too great in PvZ. They are really good late game. But here we go. Looks like Machine is going to try and take the 6 o'clock base. And here we go and have another big engagement. Whoa, my mouse went a bit funny there. But here we go. Looks like we're going to have a nice play going down on top of most of the Zealots. And Machine is going to be able to pull back. Now the trouble is, Zealots don't do that well against Lurkers, but they do in big numbers. And this hatchery gonna go down. But it looks like we have another contingent of Machine's forces trying to come in, trying to kill as many of the units as they can, but this base is forfeit. And this is going to come down to the Swarm, to the Plague. Looks like we're going to have a big Plague on all of the Protoss forces nearly. But Machine is running on empty. He's 100 supply behind to his opponent. Looks like a Hydralisk to come up here. Going to go down. That DT is on 15 kills. I'd just like to point that out. That is a hero DT. There is a medal waiting for him on Aya when he gets back. Another Defiler going down as well. And Headmaster looks like he's done enough. He's trying to close out the game right here, right now. There's a lot of Lurkers coming in. But the trouble is, unless you can snipe the Observers, the Lurkers are just going to go down. And here we go. It's going to be Lings versus Storm and Zealots. Obviously, the Storm going to affect the Zealots as well. And we do have a couple of Lurkers back here. Are they going to be able to burrow in time? The Zerglings trying to buy time for this defense. And they're doing a pretty good job. These Lurkers in a very good position. But the Lurkers now going down. There's no more Sunkens left. And here we go. Some more Lurkers coming in from behind. He's trying to trade the best he can. But with no... Oh, here we go. We actually have a shuttle with a Reaver. And this is the tech choice that we did need from Headmaster. Reaver's doing an... Oh, yeah, Reaver's doing an incredible job against everything the Zerg has. That's on the ground, and there we go, GG, and Headmaster is going to clean his way through to the first win in this series against Media. Now, of course, that is just the first game in the series. There are 3 more games, well, there's 2 more games left. Now, the 4th game, I think I have the replay somewhere, but you know what, I'm not too sure. But either way, there's going to be at least a couple more games coming up in this series. It is a best of 5. We could even see game 5. It's just game 4 that I don't have the replay for. So they obviously send me anti-spoiler replays. So I don't know if we're going to get to the ace match, but here we go. We're going to get ready for our second game. And now that's actually going to be on Aztec. So I'll be back after this short intro and we'll get into our second game of the series. See you guys very soon.